Fine, good afternoon to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and you all are doing well. I hope by God's grace you all are safe. Students, are you watching online classes daily? So only some of the students I saw that videos means only some students are watching online classes. What about remaining students? Don't know. So please watch the online classes daily, okay? Because this is a 12th standard portion. So it's very useful for you. Don't ignore it. Okay? So welcome to our today's online class, students. So now we are studying about chapter 2, data abstraction. Okay. So in this chapter, so last class before I am going to start about today's portion. So just recall what are things I have taught at the last class. Okay. So in the last class I have taught about what do you mean by abstract data type, then define abstraction, then define constructor and selector. Okay, these three important questions I taught. Okay, so today you are going to study about one important 5-mark question. So that 5-mark question also you need to write from that. What do you mean by define AIDT, that is abstract data type, then abstraction, put the heading abstraction, then constructor and selector. Okay, then the remaining portions you need to write. So first you need to, so last class also I taught about constructors and selectors. So what do you mean by constructors? First point is it will build the abstract data type. Then second point is, so first constructor will create one object. So that object will contain bundling of different pieces of information. A single object will contain a bundling of different pieces. That means it will combine a different kinds of information. Okay. Then selectors. Okay, selectors is just opposite to constructors. Selectors will retrieve information. What do you mean by retrieve? Getting or taking information already you have created using constructors. So from there selectors you are retrieving or getting the information. Okay. Then but constructors it will build or bundle group of information, but selectors it will take only individual one by one separate pieces of information. Okay, this last class itself you have studied. Okay, so next you are going to see about one example. So 5-mark question, first you need to write define ADT, abstract data type, then abstraction, then constructor and selector, then you need to write from here. Okay, so for example you are going to create one object. Okay, so you are going to create one object or a data type. So what's the object name or what's the data type name means city. Okay, so what's the object name or what's the data type name means what? City. Okay, so see that an example in the bold letters I have shown a city equal to make city. Have you seen it? City equal to make city of name, comma, latitude, comma, longitude. Have you seen this one, this line? So listen, see this line. Okay, city equal to make city of name, comma, latitude, comma, longitude. Okay, so here the city we can call as a object or data type. Okay, so see that city equal to make city of name, comma, latitude, comma, longitude. Okay, a city we can call as a object. Okay, city we can call what? So in the constructor definition itself you have studied. So constructor will create an object. Okay, so this constructor will create object called which object or what's object name? City. Okay, what's object name? City equal to make city of. Okay, what's the meaning of that one? Make city of. Make city of is a function. Okay, city is an object. Then you are giving make city of is a function. So inside that function, so what are the informations you are giving? Name, comma, latitude, comma, longitude. That means in the constructor you have studied, constructor will create a object. So that object will hold a bundling of different pieces of information. So what are the informations are bundled together here? So it will, the city object will give the information about name of the city. For example, in a Google map, on a map, so it will display what's the name of the city, in which latitude direction the particular city is located, in which longitude direction particular city is located. Okay, so that city object will hold what are the informations? Name of the city, latitude of the city, and the longitude of the city. For that you are writing a function called what? Make city of. Understood? So first you need to create one city object. The city object, what's the name of that function? Make city of. Okay, the city is a object name. So in the constructor definition you have studied, the constructor will bundle together a lot of information. So what are the informations here bundled together? It will the city object will display the details of name of the city, latitude of the city, and the longitude of the city. Okay, next, so what's the definition for the selectors you have studied? So it will retrieve or extract information from the object or from the function, isn't it? So already you have bundled together a lot of information, name, latitude, and longitude. Now you are going to retrieving or extracting the information from the city. Okay, so what are the informations are there already? Name, latitude, and longitude. So and also selectors you have studied. So it will retrieve information individual pieces. What do you mean by individual? One by one or separate. Okay, so separately it will get the information. So what are the informations? Name, so it will separately, name of the city it will get separate, and latitude of the city it will get separate, and longitude of the city it will get separate. So each and everything it will display or retrieve the information separately. Okay, see the next example, get name of city, get latitude of city. So name, latitude, longitude, all of them are belonging to which one? City object. You are going to retrieve the information. You are going to retrieve the information what? Individual or separately. Understood? Okay. So next one is there. So next you are going to calculate the distance between two objects. Okay. So next you are going to calculate the distance between two objects. Okay. So for that, first you are going to write one function, distance of. Okay. So what you are going to write? Distance of. Okay. So inside the distance of, you are going to create two objects. Okay, inside the distance of, you are going to create which one object? How many objects? Two objects. What are they? City 1, city 2. Okay, distance of is a function. So now you are going to calculate the distance between two city objects. Okay, so for that you are going to create one function. What's the function name? Distance of. Okay, inside the distance of, you are going to create two city objects. Okay, what are they? City 1 and city 2. So you are going to calculate the distance between these two cities. So what are the two objects now? City 1 and city 2. Okay, so how many latitude and how many longitude you need? 2. Latitude 1 for city 1 and latitude 2 for city 2. Same way, longitude 1 for city 1 and longitude 2 for city 2. Okay, see the next line. LT1, LG1. That means latitude 1, longitude 1. Okay, so you are going to get the get latitude of, first you are going to get the latitude of city 1. So get latitude of city 1. Next you are going to get the longitude of city 1. So get longitude of city 1. Understood? Same way, similar way you need to write for latitude 2 and longitude 2. Okay, so latitude 2, that is latitude 2, LG2. So next you need to get the latitude of city 2 and the longitude of city 2. Understood? First 3 lines, listen. First you are going to calculate the distance between two city objects. For that you need to write the function distance of. Inside what are the two objects? City 1, city 2. Okay, you are going to create two objects. What are the objects? Latitude 1 and longitude 1, as well as latitude 2 and longitude 2. Okay, so first you need to get the latitude of city 1 and longitude of city 1. Second line, latitude of city 2 and longitude of city 2. Okay, so next this line represents so calculation of distance between the latitude and longitude direction of two cities. This anyway you need to study or mug up it. This is a formula just like. Okay, so it will return what's the formula? That is latitude LT1 minus LT2 power square, or LT1 minus LT2 square plus LG1 minus LG2 square, the whole the power 1 by 2. This you need to study. Okay, this is a formula for calculating the distance between two cities. Okay, so next after writing this code, you need to mention what are the functions, what are the variables, what are the things you are using in that you need to mention. Okay, so how many functions are there here? 3. What are they? Distance of, get latitude of, and get longitude of. Okay, how many functions are there? Distance of, get latitude of, get longitude of. Totally there are 3 functions. Okay, have seen that symbol colon equal to. Okay, so that colon equal to, what's the name of the symbol means assign or become. That is important 1 mark question. Okay, in 1 mark question also they will ask what's the meaning of that symbol. Okay, colon equal to, what's the meaning of that one? Assigned is or becomes. Okay, then LT1, LG1, LT2 like this. Okay, LT1, what's the meaning of LT1? So it will get the latitude of the city 1. LG1 means it will get the value for the longitude of the city 1. LT2 means it will get the longitude of the latitude of the city 2. LG1 means it will get the longitude of the city 2. This and all by your own, if your understanding means by your own you can write. Okay, so the same thing only. Okay, so same. Next you are going to identify the constructors and selectors in the above code. Okay, the same thing. Next you are going to identify which one is the constructor and which one is the selector. Okay, so what's the function? Already have studied. What's the function? City equal to make city of name, comma, latitude, comma, longitude. So which is the constructor? You have studied. Constructor will bundle together. First it will create a object and it will bundle together a pieces of information. So what's the object here? City is the object. What's the function here? Make city of. What are the informations? Name, comma, latitude, comma, longitude. The same thing they have written or given as a sentence. Okay, so make city of that function. So that constructor will create an object called one. What's the object name here? City. Okay, so this detailed question you need to write from there. Constructor, selector. First you need to write abstract data type, then abstraction, then constructor, selector. Okay, then you need to draw this diagram. Okay, so see, this is the constructor diagram. See the diagram carefully. So first, what's the function? What's the function? Make city of. So inside the make city of, so it will construct will bundle together a different piece of information. So what are the different piece of information? Name, latitude and longitude. So you need to pass what are the things? Name, comma, latitude, comma, longitude. Okay, have you seen this arrow mark? Have you seen this arrow mark here? So see this arrow mark, you are passing what are the things? Name, latitude and longitude. So these 3 things you are passing to which one function? Make city of. Okay, so after passing this one you are going to calculate which one? Latitude and longitude distance. Understood? So this you need to draw for constructor diagram. Okay, this is the diagram for constructor. So next one is selectors. Okay, already you have studied about selectors. What do you mean by selectors? Selectors are the functions that retrieve the information from the data type. So it will retrieve or get the information, individual pieces of information separately. So what are the individual pieces of information? Get name of city, get latitude of city, get longitude of city. Okay, separately you need to get. So please differentiate this diagram and that diagram and study. Okay, see this diagram. Okay, so that diagram only one function, make city of. You are passing 3 information together. But here separate individual pieces. So what are the things you need to write separate? Get name of, get latitude of, get longitude of. Okay, so each thing, which one you are passing as a parameter? City. Understood? Understood or not? Okay, this is the diagram for selector. Okay, once again I am telling very important 5 mark question in this chapter. So this 5 mark question from where you need to write? First you need to write the define abstract data type. Put a heading abstract data type. Then write the definition. Okay, then put the heading abstraction. Definition of abstraction. Then you put the heading constructors and selectors. Then write the definition of constructors, selectors. Then you need to write continuously. Today I taught no. So all the things you need to write continuously with diagram. Understood? Till this diagram you need to draw. Okay, till this you need to write for 5 mark question. Very important 5 mark question. Okay. So next one, example program they have given in your textbook to identify which one is the constructor and selector. Okay, so already you have studied constructor means it will bundle together different piece of information. See the first example, make point of x comma y. So what are the informations are there? So it is bundling two information. So what are they? Two variables, x comma y. So it is returning which value, x comma y. So that's a constructor or selector? Constructor or selector? Constructor. Like this they will give lot of functions and he asked you to identify which one is a constructor and selector. Okay. So see the next thing. X coordinate, CORD, code of point. Okay. So here only one information is there. Always selector will retrieve informations individual piece or one by one. Okay. So x coordinate of point. See the next one. Return point of 0. So which one, this is a constructor or selector? Selector. Okay. Next also y coordinate of point. It is giving only one information or only one point you are going to retrieve. So this is constructor or selector? Selector. Okay. So next one is the representation of, this is not important, just once you read it, that's all, it's not important topic. Okay. So next you are going to represent a rational numbers using this abstract data type. Okay. So what do you mean by rational numbers? So rational numbers is a collection of two real numbers or two integer numbers. Okay. So if you need to write the program or structure the program in a very good manner, means you should use which data type, which topic or which concept you need to use? Abstract data type or abstraction. Okay. So using that concept you can able to make the or structure the program very nicely. Okay. So if you are seeing a program, means there are two important parts are there. First one is a part that operates on abstract data. That means which part is important for creation of object, that and for function. Next one is defines and concrete. First part is what's the use of that data, what are the things, variables or anything, what's the use of that one. Okay. Second one is why you are defining this function sender. Okay. Then this two part is connected by a small set of functions. Okay. So this is the example. See. Now, so what do you mean by rational number? Rational number means, so it's a ratio of two integer numbers or two real numbers. Okay. So once you are dividing two numbers, you will get, sometimes you will get a real number answer. Some mostly you will get which one? Floating point answers. That is point numbers. Okay. So see a rational number such as two examples they are giving. What are the 8 by 3 or 19 by 3? So what's the formula? That is numerator by denominator. So if you are dividing these two numbers 8 by 3 or 19 by 23, so you will get 8 by 3 if you are dividing, means you will get the answer as 2.66666, likewise 5. So while you are writing the answer, whether you will write all the after the decimal point you will write all the numbers? No. So you will, there is a precision, places of precision you will write, isn't it? It's the same thing you are going to write in a program also. Okay, same thing. So the lines they have given us a dot or no, that and all no need to study. For our understanding they are giving which one is the constructor and denominator. Okay, so constructor. So constructor first they are going to write, see constructor. So in a constructor they are representing in two variables. Okay, what are they? Means n and d. Okay, n represents numerator and d represents which one? Denominator. Okay, construction always you need to write a function. So what's the function name here? Rational. Okay, so rational or n comma d. What's the meaning? So inside the rational function you are going to represent numerator and denominator. Okay, that's the constructor. Then you need to get numerator separate and denominator separate. So to get numerator and denominator separate, you are declaring two variables. What are they? Numer, numer. Then denominator for denom, denom. Okay, so here numerator you are declaring a variable x and denominator you are declaring a variable y. So what's the meaning? This x numerator of function will return the numerator for the rational number x and denominator will represent denominator of the rational number y. Okay. See, now you are dividing or writing the code for this one. So what are the two variables you are declared for that one? X and y. So what's the value of x now? 8. What's the value of y now? 3. So what's the function you are writing here to calculate rational number? Rational of n comma d. That is numerator comma denominator. So what's the formula? Numerator comma, sorry, next to numerator, not next also numr. Okay, numerator comma denominator. Numerator of x divided by denominator of y. Okay, so what output you will get? Same answer, 2.661. Okay, so the same thing, mathematical calculations if you are doing means also same answer you will get. The constructor and selector functions if you are writing means also you will get the same answer. Okay, so if you need to design a program properly, you should have wishful thinking. Okay, so what do you mean by wishful thinking? This is very important 2-mark question. Okay, to design a program or anything, which one is important? Wishful thinking. So what do you mean by wishful thinking? For example, you are going to do something, or you are going to inventing something, or you are going to devise anything. Okay, so before that, what you will in your mind you will set. So this and all things I need to do. This will work like this. This will work like this. So that is a thinking. So whatever you are thinking in your mind, that you need to bring in reality. That's called wishful thinking. Now read it. Wishful thinking is the formation of beliefs and making decision. Whatever you are believing and whatever you are making decision according to whatever your imagination, that you need to come to reality. Understood? This is the important thing for designing a program. Okay, so today up to this enough. So what are things today I taught? One important 5-mark question. Please, after completion of this session, you should write in your notes and study. Okay, that a 5-mark question. Then this is the important 2-mark question, wishful thinking. Okay, this too after completion of session, please study. Okay, take care students. Thank you. Remain. I'll continue in the next class.